All right, welcome back, y'all. We're back. A whole lot of love. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for tuning in. You happy to be back?
It's been a long time
It's been
coming.
a long time coming. Yeah, we've been trying to fit this in for a minute, but as y'all know from last season, our schedules be crazy, so I'm kind of glad to be back.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So as y'all know, we're married now. Last time y'all talked to us, we were engaged. So really this episode is just like a welcome back. We just want to talk to y'all about what's been going on in our lives, how the wedding went, and some new stuff that some of y'all know about and some of y'all don't know about. So let's talk wedding. It's almost been a year.
That shit flew.
It flew. It'll be a year next month. That's crazy. Wedding planning. How was wedding planning for you?
I'm glad that shit over.
That's all you got?
Like,
That's it?
I'm glad that shit over.
I don't even know why you feel like that, because I don't feel like you was that hands-on with planning anyway. I feel like I asked you some things, but for the most part,
And I'm still glad it's over.
I am too.
Because there's more to it than just that, though. The whole getting everybody situated, and I'm glad that
It's
shit
too
over.
much.
Yeah.
Too much. So from the very beginning though, we found our wedding planner I found it from a friend who used her. Her name was Natalie.
First of all, you need to tell them that we did a destination wedding.
I was getting
And
there.
then get into that.
Yeah, so we found Natalie because she helps plan somebody that I knew destination wedding. We knew we wanted to do Cancun because that's where I got engaged at. So I was like, all right, let's go there and kind of redo the story. So that was step one, finding out that we wanted to do a destination wedding and then doing it in Cancun. She sent us a list of resorts that were in Cancun, and we just kind of picked from there, based on they had different packages, so what they offer, how the resort looked, things that came in the packages or whatever like that. So that part was, I would say, probably the easiest. I don't think that was hard picking a venue.
No. She basically kind of asked what we were interested in, how many people we were planning on potentially having there, and then gave us some options to choose from based off of that information. And being that she does this on a regular, I feel like it was, kind of easy and simple for her to just, going off of the information that we gave her, give us a couple of resorts to choose from. And in that, it was narrowed down pretty quickly.
Okay, so some of the resorts we got were is it family or is it adult only? Some of them were actually on beachfronts, and some of them had man-made beaches. And then depending on the food, so if it was buffet style, if it was per plate, things like that. So we kind of narrowed it down pretty quickly, and basically we have to take our budget into consideration too. So it was
that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Budget overall is gonna be probably your biggest concern. So I would say come up with a number and kind of try to stick to the number. It's hard because shit changed.
It is. 'Cause I feel I don't even know if we came up with a number. We the type of people
We had
that
a roundabout.
we had a roundabout. It's if we want it, we gonna make it happen either way. So it's that's bad. I don't know. I have to work on that because that's just really bad.
I mean, it was kind of tough because we kind of had a number in mind, but then going off of the numbers that we saw originally in the package info that she gave us, once we solidified everything that we wanted from the choices that we could choose from, a lot of shit changed because this number got updated and this number got updated.
Right.
So
right. We gonna get into the numbers.
But I mean, I feel like Natalie was a great help on her part, on her behalf.
Y'all, and guess what? Her last name was Hogue, y'all.
That was the craziest thing. When she first sent me the information, I'm looking at this shit I don't come across too many people with the same last name often. So my first instinct, damn, I wonder if this is family.
But it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It was not even close. It was not even close.
But that was kind of crazy. That was
I feel
crazy.
like that was like a sign. Like she probably was meant to like help us. She really was good though. Like
she was super helpful.
So let me go back. Natalie's job was to like, you know, get us our resort, and she was gonna be the main contact between, like the resort wedding planner. So technically we had two. Yeah, she set up like the travel. So like she got our room block situated, and she was dealing with our guests. So like she wanted to take the stress off of us so that we didn't have to like talk to them and deal with them as far as like the payment plans and like the due dates and things like that. So she came up with like our website for the wedding, so people were able to see like the itinerary, what we were doing, where everything was at. She emailed them like for their payments, like, you know, we got a payment coming up, this is the deadline, things like that. And then she also was like the middleman, like I said, for the wedding resort planner. So like anything that we had questions on, we would send it to her, and then she would get the answer for us, so we didn't have to contact them directly. So it was a big help at the end of the day, because dealing with black people trying to get black people on a trip, y'all already know how it be. Like, y'all trips don't be leaving the group chat, and I'm really, you know, I am satisfied with who came for us, but we're gonna get into that, but like, for real.
If I could give any advice now, just my early advice in the show, get a planner. It helps a ton, man. Like, even if, so like, you know, we just said it was destination, so she was dealing with like mainly like the trip portion of everything. But I've done events with the photo booths where I've done weddings and seen planners throughout the day of a wedding, and the day itself it can be stressful as shit because you expecting everything to go perfect, but
and it didn't.
It's only so much you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you got so much preparation that you have to do yourself that when the little shit is going wrong, you're not gonna be able to take time and go do this and fix this and fix that and fix this. Get a planner and let them, you know, delegate tasks and, you know, figure all that shit out, because it'll relieve you of so much fucking stress.
Even if you do a local wedding, like even if you don't do a destination wedding, I think everybody should have a wedding planner, because Absolutely. It's just, like you said, it just takes so much of the stress off. Even though we were still stressed, like we could have been stressed about other stuff, but that other stuff like kind of fell on her. So like,
listen,
you know.
Shameless plug. If you back at home, shout out my girl Angelica Arnold. Shout out my girl Taisha Brown.
Yes.
Reach out to them. They will take care of you. Like, they're amazing at their jobs. If you need a wedding planner, tell them I sent you.
There you go. Okay. Good ad or whatever. So now that we got wedding planning, like we talked about that, it was time to pick like our bridesmaids, our groomsmen. Like, how was it for you, like having to choose who you wanted to be in your wedding? Like, you have a lot of friends.
It was tough from that aspect alone, because I didn't want to leave nobody out. So for me, my first thing, I asked her how many people she was planning on having, and then kind of went off of that. It didn't really help me because I still was over the number, but things got kind of tricky at that point.
It ended up working out though.
Yeah, it ended up working out. But I told everybody from the very beginning, because I don't think people realize like the commitment that you're agreeing to by agreeing to be in somebody's wedding. Like, it's a very big day for them. So like, everybody be thinking, oh, party, bachelor, this and that, da da da. But like, you really supposed to be there to help relieve the bride and the groom of their stresses throughout the planning and process of getting prepared.
Yeah, like not just the day of, like actually like the whole process from like start to finish. So the day I asked you to be in my wedding, like that's the day where your job duties start. And I mean, I feel like some people got the gist and some people just didn't get the gist. But I mean, it all worked out at the end. I don't think I would change anybody that I like had in my wedding. We overall had a good time. Like, some things I expected that I really just didn't get, but anybody that know me know I'm like pretty much grateful for whatever. Anybody that know me know I'm over the top too, so it's like certain stuff was just like, y'all know how I am, so just make sure it's this way. I don't want to like put my hands in too much, but I want it to be a certain type of way. I only want to do this once. So yeah, no. Yeah,
So for
no.
me, my thing was like, because I didn't really care about a whole bachelor party and all this and that. Like, I had my guys talking about, yo, where we going? Like, let's do a trip, this and that. And the fact that we was already going to Cancun for the wedding itself, I didn't want to put no more added pressure on nobody to try to be able to do some extra shit. Like, I'm already knowing, like, everybody trying to prepare and get situated and get things in order for the trip for the actual wedding. So, like, I didn't want to do no extra over the top shit. I just hold me down if I need you. You know what I'm saying? And
like with that though, so okay, with that, we decided that we were gonna do like a batch party there in Cancun, which was supposed to be a boat party.
Still
It didn't take place, y'all. The day of the boat party, we all got dressed. We were ready. Everybody was supposed to wear red. And
we headed to the lobby for departure, and they told us that it was canceled because the waves were too crazy.
The water was too crazy. It was not safe conditions. Like, talk about devastated. Like, I was looking.
We was crushed, but like it was literally nobody's fault. Like, nothing that could have changed in the situation. It was just, you know. We
still ended up having a good time though. Like, we literally took over the resort. We took over the pools, the bars, or whatever, and we all wore red. It was so cute. Like, well, we wore white, but everybody else wore red for like a whole lot of love or whatever. It was so cute. But we just all at the pools, took over everything. Some people stayed in the party with us. The rest of the people got up. Yeah.
We did the dinner first and then switched to the pools.
Yeah.
It was cool. We made the best of it. We wanted to do the boat so damn bad.
We did. We gonna do that again sometime. But we did do a party at home. We did like a little batch party for you at home. He was so big on let's just do it together, and I just really wanted to have him to have his own thing. So I kept telling everybody that was his party. I was just there, you know, there to be the lovely fiance and support. But that was a good time. We did have a good turnout. We ended up doing it at a place called Hogues in our hometown. So it was nice. But then it was strippers there, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had strippers there. I had a good time. It was a time.
Bro, Rob turned me up every time.
Every time.
Rob turned me up every time.
Every time. But so that was that. Like I said, the whole bridesmaid thing, it was cute. I liked making the boxes. I liked doing all of that.
So let me say this. I've had this conversation with a couple of people since the wedding, and basically I just feel like if you're getting married, make sure you make it clear to your bridesmaids, groomsmen, whoever, if it's something that you feel like you can't do, by all means just say that. You know, the bride and the groom will feel so much like better that you let them know that in the very beginning than wait until the last minute. Like, I've heard so many horror stories from people who've gotten married about people dropping out of their wedding like the week of, the week before, shit like that. Like, y'all don't realize how much stress that adds to a person, because now what am I gonna do to find your replacement so last minute? You know what I'm saying?
Then it like makes it uneven when people are walking down the aisle. Like, it's just too much. And I get it, like, life happens, things happen. Especially with it being a destination wedding, and for whatever reason, the weekend that we had our wedding on, they were saying like it was some type of holiday in Mexico, so it was extra expensive. And we got that, like, so we started planning our wedding 2 years in advance, and we gave out our invitations or our save the date like more than a year in advance, and it was still like a struggle. Like,
listen,
shout out to y'all that made it and put it together, because I know it wasn't easy. I think
I said it a million times. Like, I'm so thankful for everybody that came or whatever.
Because ours was like 100 people, and I think we ended up with like 55 people, which was still good to me, because, like I said, it's hard to get a group of people to go out of the country at that.
And this is another thing that I want to address. Stop RSVPing for shit that you're not showing up to. Like, it's okay that you're not gonna come. Nobody's gonna be upset. Just let them know, like, yo, I can't make it this time. You know, whatever. But like,
it depends who you is. I might be upset.
Man, when we was on our way, like leading up the month leading up to the wedding, I was ready to have it out with so many people, but I was just like, man, we got bigger focus. It is what it is.
We just fall in love at the end of the day.
Yeah. Like
no
you said,
what
we
our feelings are at the
understand
moment.
life happens, situations arise, you know, whatever. But like, I had so many people, like people that I hadn't talked to in years. Like, yo, where my invite at?
I hated that part. I had people like that I don't even talk to on a normal basis, just like, oh, make sure you send me an invitation, stuff like that. Yeah, I gotta stop doing that.
And it's so crazy because
Stop doing
like,
that.
I feel like I invited so many people my damn self, like, and I had like, we had 9 people in our wedding party apiece. So outside of my 9 people, the rest of the guests was damn near hers. Like, and the list that we gave each other in the beginning of who we were planning on inviting, my shit was
Way
twice the size of
I don't
hers.
even got that many people. Here go my mom. Make sure you invite.
You know, but that's what I'm saying, like, because like, especially like if you having a local wedding, you know, and people get the accounting for you and they paying for your plate or, you know, whatever it is that they gotta pay for to account for you being a guest at their wedding, and then you don't show up, that shit is, it's tough, man. Like, it's tough because you gotta think, like, and it could just be our community, you know, as black people. But first of all, y'all act like y'all don't know how to RSVP or what it means. If somebody gives you an invitation and expects you to RSVP, they're trying to account for you as one of their guests, so whatever it is that they're having. So if they're trying to account for you, you need to let them know in a reasonable amount of time. Usually they give you a deadline for when they want you to RSVP by. Let them know that you plan on coming. And if something changes, just say that so they can, you know, fix that. Because now it's just money lost at the end of the day. And
I think that's a big thing. People don't always take into consideration during weddings and like big events, but like especially about weddings, like the food for the weddings be expensive. Now, being that we did a destination wedding, it was a little bit different, but for the people that do like hometown weddings, like local weddings and stuff like that, and they have to pay for a caterer, and like the place be like $45 per plate, and you have to pay that up front, and you have to pay a balance before the wedding is due, and then you don't come, and now I just spent $45 for you to eat, and you didn't show up. Like,
you and your family.
I just feel like that's so inconsiderate.
A whole empty table.
It's not. It's different when it's like a birthday party or something like that. Maybe like, you know, cookout type thing. But something as formal as that, like, we gotta do better with the RSVPing because it's beginning to be like a lot.
So I don't like to make excuses for people, but I feel like in the black community, you know, we don't attend a lot of weddings.
And that's a big thing.
And
too.
I think because of that, people just don't have wedding etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know. They don't know.
Right, they don't. And like, for me specifically, I think I've been to maybe one wedding that I can think of, and I was young. This was when my grandma got married.
See, that was the thing. Like, I went to my cousin's wedding when I was like 13, 14, but as an adult, I've probably gone to,
I think I went to 2 because I went one with you, and then my grandma when I was younger. So and never been in a wedding. Well, actually, I don't know my grandma wedding. I think we were just like flower girls or something like that. I got to see the picture, but not being in a wedding either. Like, I joked around a lot with my bridesmaids, and I'm just like, y'all, I don't even know how to get married. Like, where do we start? What do I do? Like,
it's so
I don't
crazy.
know.
Like, you know, you don't know what you don't know, and like for that, I don't fault anybody. You know, when it comes to our wedding.
Right.
But this is why we're here to tell y'all now. Like,
now
we gotta fix this shit, man. We gotta be better.
We gotta help y'all out just a little bit.
We gotta do better.
But yeah, okay, so yeah, how was going and get your tux? Like, was you excited about that when it was time to do
that shit was dope.
Where'd you go?
If anybody know me, y'all know I like to get dressed, so I had to like come with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I had found this guy on Instagram. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but he was out in like Philly. So me, my mom, and my younger brother, we drove out there. I met with the guy. He you know, did my measurements and all that, got me all situated, and I was able to pick out like exactly what I wanted that day. Told him how I wanted it, the colors I wanted, and this and that. That day, I paid half up front for the tux so that he could get started on working on it, because it was completely like customized, so he had to do everything from scratch. I paid half up front for him to get started, and when he was finished, I sent him the balance. He sent me the tux. I didn't even have to go back out there, you know, for like another sizing or anything like that. I ended up just taking it to a local shop and having them do my alterations to make sure everything was situated. But that was dope though. I really, back home in Buffalo, we didn't have like, that I knew of, you know, many like custom tuxedo spots or anything like that. And I saw this dude on Instagram, and his work was crazy. Shout out to him. I'm mad I can't think of his name. I low key want to look him up real quick. I probably just had to tag him in the video or something. But yeah, I was definitely pleased. He did his thing for sure.
That's what's up. So for me, I went to Pantora Bridal. Shout out to them. They're in Brooklyn, New York. Me and my mom flew out there, and we only stayed for a day. So it's like we went, we had our appointment, and then we left that morning. So it's just a turnaround trip. But I had found them. I think I had asked somebody on Facebook, or maybe that on Facebook, like, where did y'all go to get y'all custom dresses? Like, I knew I wanted something that was custom made, that nobody had, that I had like full control over. As I stated before, y'all know I overdo it all the time. Like, I am over the top. Like, I just always been like that. I think my mom made me like that, so I'm
Man, I want to tell y'all, I was carrying that motherfucking dress through the airport
that shit was heavy.
on our way to Cancun, and that motherfucker was heavy as hell.
Like, so I don't, y'all, a lot of y'all seen my pictures. I'm gonna insert a picture on this, but when I got there, they gave me dresses to try on that were already made. And I'm just like, every time I put the dress on, I'm like, yo, this is fire. Like, oh my God, I love this. I'm FaceTiming my maid of honor, Mission of honor, like, y'all look, what y'all think about this? They're like, oh, we like this. Every dress I put on, they like, I'm like, y'all making this real hard for me. So it was like, the setup was just so nice, just to like rewind. When I got there, they had like my name on the board. It was like a platform that I would come out and I would stand on, and like in front of this big mirror. They had like a robe for me. It was so cute. Like, they gave me and my mom like welcome drinks. We had like champagne toast.
They had me so tight. Like, they kept telling me, oh, the dress was so nice.
So nice.
You know,
nice.
crying when you see her.
No, for real.
I'm like, let me see it.
No.
Like, why you even want to tease me with the motherfucker? You know I'm gonna ask.
I can't see it.
Before you go on, Henry Couture Paris. Like I said, in Philadelphia, he was, man, very responsive. He got to me right away. Like I said, we drove down there, so I hit him up. He hit me back. He told me I could come meet with him. You know, we made it out there in time to meet with him before he closed, and he got me together. Henry Couture Paris. Check him out.
Check him out, y'all. So I tried on about 3 or 4 dresses, and then we literally took something from each dress and made it into my dress. So it was like, I liked the train on this dress, but I liked the corset on one dress, and I liked the beads on the other dress. So my dress was fully blinged out. It was a double corset, like catch a girl snatch, baby. I couldn't even bend at the waist, okay? It had removable straps. The train was like, I want to say like 4 feet long. It was these big ruffles, beautiful ruffles. So same thing, I had to put half of the money down, and then like when we flew back to New York City to go pick it up, and then you paid the rest there, did the final try on. I did have to get alterations. This lady, local from Orchard Park, she did my alterations. I had to go about 3 times. My dress was expensive, and it's just sitting in the closet now, and I'm just like, I'm selling it. They like, no, just keep it. So I'm about to bless somebody else. I'm gonna show y'all the dress. If y'all know where I can sell it, let me know. Get it dry clean, cause for my renewal, I'm gonna get a new dress anyway. Y'all already know how I go. But dress shopping was really fun though. Like, it was a good time for me and my mom. Like we just used it as like a bonding experience over the wedding. Like she was down with like whatever you want, like whatever you want to get, it's gonna be your day. We gonna make it work. I'm gonna help you get it. As most of y'all know, my dad had passed away before my wedding, so he had a chance to talk to you, like for the engagement and stuff like that. But he didn't get a chance to attend the wedding, so a lot of the financial stuff, like my mom tried to help as much as she could. So I was grateful for that. But like I said, it was like a good bonding experience for us. Like she was really excited to be hands-on and like helping me find the dress and stuff like that. So that part was cool.
Yeah, I caught SK on vacation, so I'm like, yo, that been my stylist, man, from day one. Come on, let's hit this road.
No,
Let's
for real.
slide these people, get me right.
And then you had to go to Toronto to find shoes.
Yep. Mom Dukes went with me to Toronto, found my shoes, I ended up, and actually I had to go to Toronto twice. I was pissed. Yo, we gotta stop waiting for the last minute for shit, man.
No, for real.
We gotta stop waiting for the last minute.
Luckily, I don't even wear sandals because like you couldn't see my feet for the dress, and I don't even think I wore my sandals at the wedding at all. They were still brand new in the box when I came home. They had gave us these like flip flops to use on the sand, and I think I walked down the aisle in the flip flops, but you would have never known because you couldn't see my feet. But I got my jewelry in New York City too. So that was really it for me. I just had to get dressed and jewelry. I didn't have to focus too much on the shoes. So yeah, like, that's another part of the budget people be forgetting to calculate.
I ain't gonna lie, like I had people ask me like, why didn't I just rent a tux if I'm never gonna wear it again? But like,
Then you get like the name or something, or like,
yeah. So actually, inside my my blazer, I had a whole lot of love embroidered in the inside of the blazer. That was dope. And on my cuffs, on my sleeves, I had TMH, my initials, engraved into my sleeves as well. So that was dope. But like, it's your big day. Like, whether you wear the motherfucker again or not, like, I feel like you just gotta go all out. So just renting something, you're probably gonna have something that somebody else had. But if you don't mind that, then by all means, I think, you know, whatever works best for your situation, obviously. But I like to do shit that I you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about getting to Cancun. That morning of packing, trying to make sure you had everything. We was looking for like a cake topper the day before. Shout out to Angelica again. She came through, made us a cake topper. We did use that. I was supposed to use it. We did. I remember seeing it on the cake. But going there traveling, we had a lot of bags, a lot of luggage. Like I said, the dress, he had to like put it on him. The airline was so cool with like putting my dress in the
captain's closet.
In the captain's closet. A lot of people were telling me to tell them that, oh, this is the wedding dress, we're getting married or whatever. They treated us real good. What they moved us to for something? They were trying to move us to like first class or something like that on one of the flights. But yeah, getting there was cool. Once we got there, it was nighttime when we got there. Turning nighttime.
By the time we got to the resort, because our ride from the airport was long as hell, like an hour
long.
Yeah.
But it was just straight paradise. As soon as we got there, like, oh my God. Like, seeing pictures was one thing, but when we got there, it was just like...
That's the whole thing. Like,
it's
leading up
crazy.
to the final days of your day, shit gets stressful. You know what I'm saying?
We couldn't wait. We like, oh my God, we almost there.
You're just so wrapped up in hoping that everything is perfect.